Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Make Our World Your Runway. You know, this show is all about the most fascinating individuals from the world of pageantry, modeling, fashion, beauty, business, and even the entertainment industry. And today we do have a fabulous guest right from the entertainment industry. But we just want to make one quick announcement. We always want to tell everyone to subscribe to the Global Trade Chamber YouTube channel so that you can view all the shows from Make Our World Your Runway and, of course, success stories, because you're going to hear some fabulous information and stories from women around the world that have become some of the most amazing entrepreneurs and have done great community service. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, lights, camera, action, it's Make Our World Your Runway. And my guest today is absolutely amazing and fascinating because her roots are in R&B, soul, and Latin music. She has been bringing her soulful voice to audiences since the 1990s and is now returning as a recording solo artist in dance music. And she learned to focus in on her craft as a vocalist at an early age, where she worked with a different producer for a short time. She also traveled around the country with an R&B cover band by the name of Tough Act to Follow. Yeah, I like that, as one of their lead singers. And she's ready to bring audiences to their feet, dancing and singing to the feel-good dance beats. She has recorded and worked with Joey Restivo and Tito Puente Jr., our great friend, as well as Brenda K. Starr, to name a few. Her music is out on all the digital platforms, and the best is yet to come. And ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited because she is going to be the superstar of the 2023 Ms. International World Pageant, going live stream this year. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please bring on the amazing Aiki. Aiki, welcome to Make Our World Your Runway. Hello there, Miss Aiki.
Hello.
Well, I'll
How
tell you, you definitely have some great roots. Unbelievable.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, just the fact I like that band, Tough Act to Follow.
Yes.
That's my middle name. Oh, no, that is absolutely spectacular. I mean,
Thank you.
just the fact that you worked with a lot of, even Brenda K. Starr.
Yes. Yes. Such a blessing.
Yeah, she was fantastic. And of course, our great friend Tito Puente Jr.
Yes. I love him. I
Oh my
love
God.
him.
You know what I'm going to have him do this year? I mean,
Yes.
because he'll be traveling, but I'm going to get a video from him. He work on live stream and tell him to congratulate everybody, say hi to you. And of course, I'll
Yes.
do a little tribute to his dad as well, too.
Of course. Of course. You can't go wrong with that one. You cannot go wrong with that one.
No, not with Tito, and just like you said, just to see him in New York with him and La Lupe's daughter, I, I was freaking out.
But me too. I'm like, oh my goodness, it was so beautiful to see, and I know he was just beside himself, and they were both there in spirit. La Lupe and Tito Senior were there. They were
Oh
there.
yeah, they were
Beautiful.
there. I mean, he's been doing a lot. I've seen him, and now on I think it's on the 29th PBS, coming from the
Yes,
Kennedy Center. He's going to be on that with the tribute to
yes,
his dad. This is unbelievable.
so exciting for him. I am truly so happy for him. So
Yeah, me too. But anyway, I have to tell you, you've been a big inspiration to a lot of my girls, a lot of my women. I even have little girls saying, "I want to grow up to be like Ike."
oh.
So, what's your secret? You're talented. You're beautiful. What is your secret? Because I need to know.
It's I really don't have a secret. It's really just healthy living, positive thinking, just trying to stay away from the negativity, really staying away from the negativity and just staying focused. I got to stay focused. So my focus is me right now and my music and my career, and just going through the transformation that I did, and enduring what I've just recently endured and coming through that, and still coming through that. We're coming on 2 years of the loss of him. So for that, it's a lot, but I try to stay very positive, and just keep my focus where it should be. And that's in the present moment and towards the future. So
Yeah, exactly. You said a mouthful. I think all of us, that 2 years with COVID,
yeah,
it was a life changer. I had a lot of people that I lost. Today is the
yeah.
anniversary, 22 years of 9/11. Uh, I
I
lost
know.
I lost a ton of people there, working in New York City and watching those towers come down. So you're right. I think we have to stay focused.
Yeah.
You did a fabulous transformation. I mean, I look
Thank
at your
you.
pictures every day and I said, whoa. I said, and I did many, many years ago, I did that. So I can definitely appreciate it. But you're right. We have to stay focused. We got to, put that left or right foot forward, whichever one you want to go. And I'll tell you the truth. It's sometimes, when they talk about mental health today, sometimes that takes me out of depression
Yeah.
because I'm like, some days I get up and I go, what am I doing today? Or, am I doing the right thing? Then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, an idea will click in my head and there I am. I'm
Yeah.
back at where I should be. So I admire everything that you've done because you've
Thank you.
I'm going to say it right. A hell of a job.
Thank you so much. Thank
A
you.
hell of a job. And we're so honored to have you this year. I mean, especially that we're going live stream and Sharp Entertainment with TLC will be there. It's going to be amazing, And we just did the program book, the cover of the program book. We have your picture on there. And Stephen Avi's very excited to work with you. He's, oh my God, I finally get to work with Aiki. So I said, oh my God, this is like the Lady Gaga combination here, where you perform with her and and you coming on. It's like, we're going to keep fun.
Yes, we are definitely going to have fun. I'm super excited. Super
Yeah,
excited.
it's gonna be great. So, and you tell me about that show you just did recently because that looked amazing, the freestyle show.
Yes, it was. I survived the '80s and '90s freestyle, and it was at Jekyll Island in Miami. It was. I had so much fun, and it felt so good to be back on that stage. But it felt even better to be on that stage as the new Aiki. The lighter Aiki. So it was fabulous. We had such a good lineup, and the crowd was amazing.
I
So
saw that. Yeah, that crowd was absolutely amazing. Oh my
it
God.
was, yes, it was worth standing in those heels. It was totally worth it. So it was great.
We're standing in those heels. Oh my God, you sound just like me. We're standing in those heels. Yeah, you're right about that. No, I was watching that and I was listening to you and I said, oh my God. I said, that crowd is just, it was unbelievable. And you know what? I think it was time to bring back the music of the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, because that was good music back then. That was so good back then. And today's music is so, it's different.
It's
It's
different.
kind of, that's all I'm going to say is it's different.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
say the same thing. I'm not going to say that I don't like it. It's just different. Every genre has their time.
Exactly.
I was watching something about the big band sounds in the 40s and the 50s over the weekend, and I said, gorgeous music. I said, but that was the music of that time. If you try
Yeah.
to put that music out today, and music never really died, but if you try to put it mainstream today, not going to sell. Okay,
Right. Exactly.
I'm not into that. But the 80s
Right.
and 90s had something that's still
Mhm.
sellable. Okay,
Yes.
and I know it because I'm really sad they didn't put a statue to me in Studio 54.
And they should have.
Yeah,
They
they
should
should
have.
have because that was my home away from home. Friday and Saturday nights, if anybody wanted to kill me, come to Studio 54 because that's where I was. Yep.
I would, you know what? If I would have been there, I would have loved, I would have been right next to you. I would have been right next to you. I would have
Oh
loved
my
it.
God. You know what? And I'll go out on a limb and say this. I think if you had been there and the style of your music, you
Yes.
probably would have been as big as Donna Summer, if not even bigger.
Oh,
Because of
wow. Thank you. Thank
your
you.
looks, your mannerism. Oh yeah, I think that you would have been the superstar of the. I mean, not saying that you are now, but back
Yes.
then when that music was really going, you would have been the superstar. of the 80s and the 90s.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, that's what I say to my label. I'm always like, I want to bring back the disco, the beats of it doesn't have to be so retro, but just let's bring the sound in, you know, make it more
Yes.
current, you know, bring those disco beats because I'm a 70s baby. So I loved, and I grew up to that. So I love disco era, Donna Summers. I mean, all of that. You know, MacArthur
Yes.
Park. How can you not hear that music and not remember it or, you know, dance to it or watch those movies and fall in love with, like I've watched Studio 54 1,000 times and I've always
Oh,
said,
me too.
I want to be part of that, you know? So
Oh,
yeah.
man. And you know, it's a shame because the big nightclubs are really no more. And you know, you
Yes.
have a few in Miami Beach, but it's not what it used to be. And
No.
my good friend, I wish I knew you back in the day, but my good friend Jerry Kelly owned Level in Miami Beach.
Oh, oh,
Oh my God. Level was the place. I mean, an
amazing.
unbelievable nightclub, 4 floors. Um, and when I moved down here again, if anybody wanted to find me and kill me, you could have gone to Level. Friday and Saturday night, I was in Level. Okay. And Jerry Kelly was very instrumental in bringing my girls. Actually, they had a fabulous stage, and the marquee that they have outside of Level, okay, was
Wow.
unbelievable. And
Yeah.
when we did something, he actually put it out on the marquee tonight, featuring Miss International World and Miss Latina International.
Yeah.
We were hysterical because when that went up, and they also had he brought back one of the 80 groups in there.
Oh, wow.
And the club opened up. It used to open up between 10 and 11. All these
Yeah.
little Japanese guys with cameras, and they were lined up all the way around Level. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And we were like, what? You know, but the minute that those doors opened up, that club was, I mean, it held like almost 5,000 people comfortably. But the minute the
Wow.
doors opened up, they were in there. And the acts that went in there were just, it was, in fact, one of the shows I did there, we had Tito perform. Okay.
Oh,
You know, Tito, you give him a big stage, and there he is.
there he is. Yes.
You
He
two would have
actually,
been phenomenal on that.
thank you. He actually would, you know, he surprised me at my show. And
Yes.
after the show, after I, you know, came off stage, I was backstage and I was sitting down and I look up and I'm like, wait a minute, is that Tito? And the next thing I know, and I said, why didn't you, the only thing I was missing was you. In Summer Nights, I said, Dale Tito. And so I was waiting for him to, you know, and he said, I was in the back standing there watching you. And he goes, I was just showing support. I'm like, you should get on the stage because it would have been
I was
amazing.
thinking about that. I said, what a clown. He didn't get on that stage. I was figuring, get up, Tito, get up there, get up there. And I was shocked because I knew he was doing Ball and Chain that night. And
Yes.
normally at about that time, he's on stage, but like you
Yeah.
said, he had a delay in Ball and Chain.
Yes.
So he was able to come see your show. But he loves freestyle. I mean, I know he does his father's music, but once in
Yes.
a while when he's on stage, he will
Oh,
switch
yeah.
to doing
Yeah.
freestyle.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I remember being in the studio with him and asking him and like what his music was and his favorite. And he had said he loved heavy metal music. And
Yes.
I remember when I introduced him to Summer Nights, I said, here, I would love for you to do this track. And he's like, sure, you know, no problem. So he's got the headphones on and he's doing the timbales and all of a sudden he went, wow, you have a hit on your hands. This is amazing. He goes, I love this record. And so he got so involved in it that the studio became like, it felt like it was 1,000 degrees. Just his energy was so electrifying and
Yeah,
everything it was amazing.
it
So,
is.
and to perform with him on stage is even more electrifying because you have
Oh,
it right there. So
yeah.
I
I mean,
love having him with me.
I've stood next to him on stage and I can get pretty vibrant. And when he's with me, oh my God, I'm like, I said, I feel like I get this adrenaline rush because he's like right there, you
That's
know?
it.
And I have a tendency to talk fast and he talks faster than me. Yeah. I mean, he's like, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, did he get his father spoke fast, but his father was a little slower. Okay, he was a little
Ah,
more reserved, and
yeah,
that's how you know Tito was into that, really
right,
into that music. Well, really,
right.
listen to when he does Oye Como Va. He
Yes.
puts a little bit of that '80s style in there.
Yes, he does.
Okay,
Yes, he does.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's the same as the way Santana did it, but he's got a little bit of his own style in there. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And you just made a good point. You listen to the way his father did it,
Yes.
then Carlos Santana, and then
Yep.
Tito. It's almost like you got three different versions of that song.
Right? And it gets better and better and better.
It does.
Every time you listen to it, you hear something. It doesn't matter how many times you listen to the record or by who's performing it. You hear it and you go, oh, you hear something else. And it's one of those that no matter where you are, that comes on. Oye, como va? They go crazy. They go to the dance floor. Immediately they go to the dance floor.
Yeah, immediately they go to the dance floor. And if you really listen to Tito, okay, because I've heard him perform with you, which he gets really into that 70s and 80s style and 90s.
Yes.
But when he's on stage, because what made his father unique, his father was really Latin jazz, okay?
Yes.
But Tito's got his own flair. He's taking it to another level, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I sit there and listen. Oh no, I said, I don't remember Pop doing it like that. But again, whatever works, that's what I say. But oh yeah, I mean, that time I watched you and him perform on stage, I was sitting here watching it. And my husband said to me, you haven't said a word. He said, that's unusual. He said, because you got a proverbial gift of gab. I said, no. I said, listen to this. I said, listen to the two of them. I said, they're unbelievable.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
They're unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but I have told my producer, Jerry, about you. And I said, listen, when Aiki comes on that stage, make sure, like I just said, lights, camera, action. Make sure you've got those lights. Make sure you got that cameras. Make sure you got that mic working. I said, because if it don't come out right, I said, I'm going to kill you. He laughed. Oh, yeah. So, in fact, the Global Trade Chamber, I said, oh, timing. They're actually going to Puerto Rico the week after.
Oh, wow.
I said, I said, I got to find a sponsor. Aiki and I could definitely get over there.
Let's go, right?
Right? Oh yeah.
Let's get away.
I'm going to be doing a lot with the Global Trade Chamber next year. So it's another way to introduce you to some people and get the word out there, and maybe even have you perform at some of their shows, because, they get people from around the world that actually attend their events.
That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah. So you've done all this transformation, and we're so happy to see you. So I know you're performing for us, but what else do you have on the horizon?
I actually have 2 new songs that are coming out, so I'm looking forward to that. I do have one that I'm getting ready to release probably within the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's called Nights Like This. It's more of an R&B pop kind of record. So I love it, and everybody that's heard it thus far has given really good feedback. So I am super excited for that to come out. And just getting myself prepared for the Miss International World. I'm so excited, not only to be a panelist, but to be performing is amazing. So I'm so ready for those gowns and all of it. I can't wait.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm telling you, you're going to be absolutely amazing. The ladies love you. In fact, when we were talking about, entertainment, first thing my coordinator, Susmita, said to me, she said, Angela, get Aiki. And I said,
I love
great
her.
idea. She said, get her. She's gorgeous. Her voice is gorgeous. She said, please. I said, I'm on it. I said, I'm on it. So, and that's why the ladies, when we told them that you were performing, they're like, oh my God. They said, because they do. They watched your shows. They watched some of the things you've done. And a few of them were dancing at home the night you just did that freestyle show. I know I was. I said, oh my God. I said, she just brought me back to Studio 54.
Yes.
I said,
yes.
I said, it was, that really was a great time. There was another club in New York too called Fifth Avenue. Didn't get the traction that Studio 54 did, but it was another good club. Okay.
Yeah.
What did get a lot of traction, and I think it's because it was on the east side of town, was a club called Adam's Apple.
Oh.
And it was a restaurant, and they had 3 floors, and the disco was on the top floor. That got a lot of traction. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very shocked, but again, because it was on the East End, and
Yeah.
Studio 54 was more Midtown. Can't say they were down.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were.
yeah.
But I don't think there was any club in New York City that, even to this day, other than of
Yeah.
course the 21 Club, that was something different, and the Playboy Club, but that was the club during
Yeah.
the disco time. Studio 50.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Even today, when you talk about, when someone mentions back then, Studio 54 or the Palladium or the Copa, it's still these, but Studio 54 still takes the top. It still takes
Oh
the top.
yeah, yeah. Well, the
Mhm.
Copacabana always took the top because of its name. And the thing about
Yes.
the Copacabana, it was really,
Yeah.
they were different acts in it. That was the Frank Sinatras, the Dean Martins, the Jerry Lewis. Tito's
Yeah.
father played that. Um,
Yes.
Desi Arnaz played there. So that was the big thing during the 40s, 50s, and maybe you could say the beginning 60s. But then after that, music changed. So
Yes.
the Copacabana, the name stood for that kind of act. Okay.
Right.
But you're right. It's always Copacabana. Palladium. Oh my God. Palladium.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. I mean, that's where Tito's father and Celia Cruz, they stole the show there.
Yes. Yes, they did.
But
Yes,
then
they did.
there was Studio 54, another
Yeah.
club, which you would have
Yes.
done sensational in back then. And it was in Jersey. It was the only club that could stand up to Studio 54. It was right in Palisades Park. Uh, was it Palisades Park or Fort Lee? No, it was Palisades Park. No, Fort Lee, I'm sorry. It was called the Soap Factory.
The Soap Factory. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And it was right off Route 46.
Yeah.
Okay. And it used to be an old soap factory. They
Oh,
made a
wow.
disco out of it. And every major disco act performed there. Okay. Uh, Even Diana Ross came in there. And
Wow.
oh yeah, and performed. It was the only other club that could,
Yeah.
I mean, Studio 54 was still it. But on the Jersey side, that was the only club that rivaled it. And the only reason why is because Fort Lee, if you crossed over the GW Bridge, you went right
Right.
into Fort Lee.
Oh,
So yeah. So on Friday and Saturday nights, they'd start out the Soap Factory and hang
yeah.
on Studio 54, or it was vice versa. So
Oh, wow.
you would
What a unique name. What a unique name
have
for
the
a
Soap
nightclub.
Factory.
The
And
Soap
you
Factory.
would have been a big star there because they
Oh,
always, yeah. And was the way they did it. Studio 54 on Monday nights was always the oldie acts. They used to bring in the 50s, okay,
wow.
acts. And
Yeah.
then like Tuesday and Wednesday was disco night with just dancing. On
Oh,
Friday and
wow.
Saturday night was always big acts. I mean,
Wow.
you couldn't get in that place. You could not get in there. So, but yeah, I mean, the 80s and the 90s, and I'm so glad that you're actually bringing that back.
Yes.
And, I think we got to talk about the Winterfest Boat Parade. I think you could probably perform there as well, too.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love that.
we're
Absolutely.
trying to work something out one of the boats. So,
Okay.
they got Miami Carnival is coming up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got a friend of mine that's involved with that. I've got to speak to him about that. I know he's got a
Okay.
boat. I don't know if they've got any entertainment.
Okay.
I don't know if Tito's doing that. He did do it one year. I don't know if he's
Uh,
doing that this year.
yeah, I'm
So
not sure. I think I remember he did that, what, 3 years ago or 4 years
3 years
ago?
ago, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So,
know he's
yeah.
doing. I know he's doing something. Is it Thursday night with Melina? I think they're doing
Yes.
like a salsa fest or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
His schedule this year is just, he's like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I want to be as busy as you, buddy.
Exactly. And he's going to Hawaii the beginning of October. I said, I gotta be a stowaway in that suitcase. I've been to Hawaii twice, and I love it over there. I said, "Uh-oh, that's it. I gotta find a way to sneak it." But I'm so glad that you've got a lot for the future going on, and I think
Thank you.
I think it's your time.
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
you're gonna peak. So, in closing, anything you want to say to our viewers?
Just stay focused, stay positive, just keep pushing. And it is my time. So my birthday is actually on Wednesday. And there's,
Right.
yes, so it's going to be a brand new year for me of, just very uplifting, positive, exciting things happening. So, just keep pushing forward. Don't give
I
up,
know. And we
no
can
matter
tell our
what.
listeners that they can find you on Facebook. I think on
Yes,
Instagram, you're the real Aiki.
the
Okay.
real Aiki. Yep. And then on
Yep.
YouTube, Aiki Music. So you can find me there.
Aiki
So
Music. And of course, we're definitely going to, you'll be on our Facebook page, and we've got to get you up on our website now as our entertainer. So there's a lot of places people can find you. We will keep promoting you. And
yes.
also, I know that Mimi wants to have you back on the radio station, Peace on the
No,
Street, Wednesday evening.
absolutely.
We were talking about that yesterday. She's, oh my God, let's do it. So,
Yeah.
Mimi loves you as well, too. And she will promote you.
The
But
support is just amazing and it feels so good and I'm truly honored and blessed. So I
oh,
love
yeah.
all of you guys so much.
No, we love you. You're like the best. And like I said, it's your time to shine. And whatever we can do to help, we're always here. But
Thank
anyway, my
you.
dear, I want to thank you for taking time on a Monday to come on our show. And anytime you want to come back, you have an open door. Any ideas, you let me know. So
Thank
I want to wish you a great day. And of course, you
you.
and I definitely going to be in touch almost every
Yes,
day.
absolutely. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, dear. And you have a great day. And we're definitely going to see you soon.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another spectacular guest. Yes, definitely watch out for Aiki. She is going to be an absolute sensation. We are so honored to have her on the 2023 Miss International World Pageant. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for tuning in to Make Our World Your Runway. And always stay tuned because every week we have another fabulous guest. Thank you again.